So if you're going through something and you feel like life is trying to break you, I'm going to tell you why you should not quit, why you should not throw in the towel, why you must continue to remain strong and push to become better every single day. The reason why I would never let life break me is because when life is trying to break you down, you're going through something that is difficult, something that is hard, something that is testing your mental fortitude. Let me tell you this, the reason why you consider it something that's trying to break you is because it's not a favorable position to be in. It's not something that you enjoy. Because if you were rich, if you had all the girlfriends that you wanted, if you were in shape, you wouldn't consider life trying to break you. You'd actually be pretty comfortable, right? So the reason why you think that life is trying to break you is because of the discomfort that is going on. The discomfort to the point where you feel as if that's it says it in the name, right? Like it's trying to break you. So be able to bend, but don't break. Never break. Because when life is trying to break you, it's something that you don't want to be in forever. The whole reason why you feel like that mentally is because it's not something you want to be in forever. So if you succumb to it and you submit to it and you let life win and defeat you and break you, then you're going to stay in that forever. If you are feeling like life is going to break you because you have social anxiety and you're afraid to talk to people, you're afraid to talk to women, and instead of fighting back and becoming stronger and saying, I'm not going to stay here, I will not let that happen, I won't let life defeat me, I will I will beat this, then you're going to stay there forever. So for me, it's a no brainer. For me, it's like, am I going to stay in this situation that I believe is life trying to break me? Or am I going to push harder? In the moments when it gets tougher, you push harder. Because the only way out is through. There is no going around it. There is no cheating the grind. There is no shortcuts to the life that you want. In order to get to where you want to be, you have to go through it. And in order to go through it, you're going to have to be in those points where you feel like life is trying to break you because that is your test. And what happens in school when you get a test, either you pass or you fail. So the moments where you feel like life is trying to break you, that is life testing you. It's your test. And if you push through, if you become stronger, if you don't let it break you, if you don't succumb and you control your mind and you don't let your mind start to control you, telling you that you're depressed instead of you telling your mind, I don't care how you feel. I'm not going to listen to my feelings. I'm going to get this done no matter what. Then you are going to be the one to pass the test. And when you pass the test, everything will start to make sense. Because in the moment, you might feel like none of this makes sense. Why am I going through this? Whether it's a breakup, if you're going through a breakup right now, in this current moment, you might feel like whatever the case may be, if she cheated on you, if she did you dirty, or if she just left you and you were in love with her, you might feel heartbroken. You might feel like, why is this happening? Maybe you got divorced and your wife took your kids and your wife took the money and all that, right? And you might be asking, why? Why me? Why is this happening to me? Why? I don't even want to live anymore. But what you got to understand is if you become stronger in that moment, later on in life, things will start to make sense. And if you can have this mindset right now, it makes it a lot easier to get through things because I've had this mindset for a very long time to where when I'm going through something, I always have the mindset of this is going to make sense later on. Something there's a lesson in this that I have to learn. So when you consciously go through difficult times that way, you understand it's just a test. There's a lesson in this and it's going to be for a reason. It's not going to happen for no reason. You're not just going to go through this and it was all for nothing. You're not going to go through a breakup and it was all for nothing. You're not going to go through financial issues and it was all for nothing. You're not going to go through working jobs that you hate and it was all for nothing. You're not going to be fat and it was all for nothing. Every struggle that you're going through in the future, it's going to make you a better man. Whenever I had a breakup, I learned from it. Whenever I've had jobs that I hated, I've learned from it. Whenever I've had confidence issues, I learned from it. Whenever I had to develop my social skills, I learned from it. And now it's all so much clearer. Now, for me, the path is illuminated because I understand that everything that I've ever been through was for this very moment right here, was for me to pass it on to the guys who need the help, for the guys who don't have someone in their life guiding them and helping them out. Because at one point in my life, I needed someone like that. So I understand now every single moment I went through where it was a difficult time or life was trying to test me, I passed the test because I always had the mindset of there's a lesson in this. So whatever you're going through right now, instead of having the mindset of this feels terrible, and I understand how it feels to be going through something to where you feel this depression, right? You feel low. You feel low energy. You don't feel like you have the motivation, the vigor that you once did to attack life. The only time when you feel good is when you're asleep. Because when you're asleep, you're in a dream. You're out in a different fairy tale land. And the moment that you wake up, it's back to reality. And then reality sinks in and you feel like shit once again. But like I said, the only way out is through. So if you wake up and you feel like shit, it's on you to push through this very tough moment so that you can come out the other side victorious and you can realize that it was all for the character development. It was all to make you a stronger man. It was all to make you the man that you never even knew you could be so that you can inspire other people, so that you can inspire people in your life, so that you can inspire your friends, your family, so that your woman can look up to you as the man. When you go through shit and you keep your head up high and you don't let life make you tuck your tail, you don't submit to life, your woman will respect you on a whole nother level. That's a different level of respect that most guys won't understand until they can be that man that no matter what he goes through, he keeps his head held high. Because women respect that. Men respect that. I can respect that. If I see a man going through some shit and he keeps his head held high, that is commendable. I respect that because life is giving you something that most people would break because of the feeling. Because what you don't understand is that mind over matter means that you control your mind. Your mind does not control you. When you don't understand that, when you don't have the foresight to know that you control your mind does not control you, and also whatever you're going through is simply a lesson for character development in the future, then when you don't have this mindset, everything is so much harder. Everything is like, why is this happening to me? Your self-talk is going to be negative. You're going to be asking yourself, what did I do to deserve this? And it's just going to make it so much more difficult. But when you have the self-talk of a winner and you speak to yourself in a way to where nothing can phase you because you tune it all out, understand that focus is something that you have control over. You have the control of where you put your focus. So if you focus on the negatives, then you're going to see nothing but negatives. And when you are focused on the negative, understand that you can make the shift to focusing on things that are more positive, positive outlook. The same way I just told you that there's lessons in everything. Well, when you focus on the negative, you're focusing on why is this happening to me? Why did this happen to me? What it's this is terrible. But you're sticking your middle finger in the face of God, in the face of life, and saying fuck you because when you're doing that, you're squandering the one thing that you have right now, which is life. You have opportunity. Every single day that you're breathing, if you're watching this video, you have opportunity. Regardless of what you say, unless you are in prison. If you are in prison, then you are locked up. And you can still be mind over matter, but you are locked up. You don't have the opportunity to go do what it is that you want to do. But when you start to complain about life, what you're doing, like I said, is sticking your middle finger in the face of God and in the face of life and saying, I don't give a fuck about this opportunity that I have right here because I'm going to focus on the past. But when you focus on the present moment, you can change your reality in an instant. When you go through a breakup, let's just use breakup because it's a very common thing. I know every guy at one point is has either gone through a breakup or will go through a breakup. If you choose to complain, if you choose to focus on the things that happened. What already happened is out of your control. If your woman broke up with you, if your woman divorced you, that already happened. So if you focus on that, you're focusing on the negative. If you focus on the positives and you say, this is a lesson for me to become stronger. This is a lesson for me to become the best version of myself. I now have all the opportunity in the world because I don't have a woman to be dividing my time with, right? I don't have a woman that I need to divide my time with. So that's focusing on the positive outlook as opposed to focusing on the negatives. And it takes some time, it takes some practice to truly begin to master your thoughts to where you control every thought that goes in and out of your mind. Because understand this, nobody can control how you feel on the inside but you. All right, guys, that's the video for today. I'm going to go ahead and leave this right here so you guys can see. As you can see, let me zoom in on that. I got my YouTube goal right here. So if y'all help me out, as you can see right there, October 1st, I'm trying to get 700 subscribers. And as you can see, this is going to be interesting to see because I follow Valuetainment and I remember seeing one of their videos to where Patrick Bet David was like, guys, if you guys can please get me to 1,000 subscribers. And you look at it now, and he's at like 2 million. So isn't it gonna be so amazing that I'm trying to get to 700 right now, but later on in the future, I'm gonna look back at this video and I'm gonna say, wow, that's crazy. That at that time I was trying to get 700, and now I'm way past that. But as you can see, a quitter never wins and a winner never quits. Provide value first. This is the blueprint for you guys. Provide value first. Improve yourself. Teach the world how. Stay consistent. Okay? That's the video for today. Peace out.